G'day guys, welcome back. Blue here, hope you're all doing well. In the previous episode, we found another hard frame by following a navigation chart, and I'm hoping to do something similar in this episode so that we've got the hard frames that we actually need to continue with the sentry quest line. So we'll definitely try to do that. I'm just sort of taking a look here at what's going to be required. Oh, actually, we need the exocraft with us, don't we? Alright, so we'll land on another planet, we'll summon the exocraft, and we'll see how many is actually required. I am sort of thinking we might want to get some of our admin-y stuff out of the way pretty early though, so let's go ahead and do that. Probably nothing at the settlement, to be honest, because we sort of upgraded all of the ships, all of the buildings. Actually, no, I lie. We do have settlement decisions to make, right? So potentially there might be a settlement decision for us to make already. Oh, okay, so that door has stopped working for whatever reason. Very good. Nothing to see here. Alright, let's debrief all of our captains, commanders. Oh, did we just find some indium there? That would be awesome. Did that also say a mission of quote-unquote peace? Oh, okay, no, it's activated. Bloody hell. Got excited for no reason. Did I stash away the frigate module that we got from the previous episode? I think we did. Yeah, so that's alright. And yeah, here are the planetary charts that we need. This is the hard frame. We're going to be using it very shortly. I want to continue processing stuff as much as possible. So let's continue with that. Let's go with viscous fluids. And I'm just gonna see if there's anything we can just simply sell. Especially from the freighter, because the freighter's getting a little bit full. I think this would be a good sell here. And then nothing else I really want to sell. Perhaps maybe we just need to move some of this stuff into storage. Okay, looking good. Let's have a chat with our navigator and let's take a look at our expeditions. Now, this episode is being recorded not so far from the previous one. That's why we probably don't have any new expeditions to look at. But, yeah, there's still plenty of expeditions here. We could probably do a 3-star mining one, because the last time we tried to do a mining one and we sent all of our miners there, we actually managed to get like 4 or 5 stars out of the fleet. Yeah, we've got 4 stars there. This is a 3-star. I wonder if we'll get some really good rewards as a result. I'm sort of just trying to see if there's any other ships that we could send together with this group. Like, I could even send Tayuka's Resistance here, because it does have a little bit of mining capability, and that brings us to 5 stars. It does require 500 tons of fuel, but that's okay, I'll send them out. Let's just have a look at our fuel situation here and just make sure that we make a little bit more. And yeah, let's send another group out. So yeah, balanced expedition, seems fine to me. We'll send... Unfortunately, I don't really have like some good ships for a balanced one, but maybe I can send one combat frigate, one trade frigate, and one exploration frigate, and maybe that'll yield us a decent reward. Alright, so looking good. Let's go to the settlement, make a settlement decision. Okay, we've got a citizen request. The citizenry request a celebration in honor of the full moon. Though such an event may prove expensive, polling indicates 97% of the citizens approve of the spending. Of course they do. Yeah, I mean, what's a little bit more debt, right? So, we've increased happiness. Do we get to see the festivities out here? I guess so. Maybe the fireworks represent festivities, perhaps. Alright, nothing more to do here until we can figure out how to actually make all the things to upgrade all the buildings. So let's head back to the previous system and we're going to continue exploring. And I might actually go to the previous system to begin with, and we'll use up all of our charts there. Maybe even call the Minotaur down. And we could then sort of see what materials are required. I'm pretty sure it's just those hard frames, but I suspect it's more than one hard frame that we need. So... just trying to figure out which one it was. I think I placed the save beacon on it. So... yeah, that should be the one. I am sort of holding on to a lot of stuff, aren't I? Kind of need to do a bit of a clean out. I feel like I keep saying that every single episode. I've got a few bits and pieces here with only just like one of the thing taking up the slot, so I don't know if perhaps maybe I can drop some of that stuff on the freighter. The problem with that though is that I know some of these things will come in handy eventually, and if I drop stuff into the freighter, I might actually forget that it's on the freighter. But I guess that's what the long-range sort of sensor thing was for, right? Unfortunately, we are sort of exploring the green systems at the moment, and we can't exactly bring our freighter in here with us. But if we can, I think that's when things start getting a little bit more... I don't want to say easier, but life might actually be a little bit more easier to deal with, because we won't have to, you know, constantly try to portal back to our freighter all the time. Okay, so let's firstly grab that, because I'll likely need that again at some point. And I sort of just want to immediately go into our charts here. So the one that yielded us the hard frame was this one here, the secure site of interest. I might actually do the other one first. So a distress signal. And with any luck, it might actually be a starship, or it could potentially be you know, it could be a crashed freighter even, but I guess it could be these things as well, which is the abandoned buildings. So, all good. We'll clear the abandoned building, we'll use the other chart. So I'm not entirely sure if I've ever seen any comments about this, and I'm pretty sure I did ask the question, but I wonder if these charts are RNG and that you just need to simply get lucky. But I seem to have found a lot of abandoned buildings by using these charts. Okay, let's also just make sure that we're processing stuff constantly here. Keep sort of forgetting to do that. Can we process that? No, we can probably like open that up for other rewards. Pugnium or something like that, maybe. Actually, on that note, I might actually do that. Oh, we got a few upgrades here. I might sell that off, actually. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if I really want to sort of read through all of this constantly, because I'm not exactly learning anything like super useful or interesting from it, so unless you guys want me to continue reading through it, actually that might be a good thing for you guys to sort of contribute on. So let me know, but if you want me to sort of continually read all of these entries, or if we can skip through it, I don't mind reading it. It's just that I think my opinion on it is a lot of the lore of this game seems to be very scattered, and you know, just because you're reading an entry somewhere, it might not actually have any significance. Let's go and use up this chart next. Okay, we've got another manufacturing facility. Love to see it. So hopefully we will actually see one of those Sentinel mechs down there, because that's pretty much what we're after, right? We're after hunting them down. The bounty from the facility itself is just an extra thing. Yeah, there's a mech down there. I guess we should engage it immediately. So we want to take out the repairers. Ow. There should be more repairers somewhere. These little guys. Alright, let's engage. There we go. Good times. We'll leave one alive. And we'll bust through this door. Oh, okay, our little drone helped us and destroyed the last one, unfortunately. Automated security procedures are incinerating the contents of all the vaults in the facility. The terminal displays the manifest. Power surges are igniting the vaults one by one, however the terminals appear to allow for limited emergency retrievals. Relic vault, trade vault. Let's do the technology vault. I activate the emergency vault retrieval system. The drone just has time to extract the contents of the technology vault before all goods are incinerated. Nice. Okay, toxic protection module B. Yeah. Not exactly the most exciting. So I might actually sell that for nanites. Alright. Good times. And another hard frame retrieved, so I think it's just time for us to leave this place. Alright, so my plan is to visit the last planet and maybe summon our Minotaur there so we can figure out how to install the tech. Nice. Okay, made our escape. Very good. Let's just quickly check on the last planet here. And let's make our way. Yeah. No indium, unfortunately. Oh, hang on. Space object. Okay, right, just a trader. Let's have a look at what they have. I've got some tritium. That's actually decent.
Product received.
It wasn't a lot though, was it? Yeah, all things considered. It is frustrating that you have to go through stages of this fluid to be able to get to nanites. But you do find quite a lot of it, so I guess there's no real choice. This one's a swamp planet. I don't know how pleasant this planet is going to be fair. Just from the description. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. I wonder if we'll be able to find any settlements. It does seem to be quite mountainous though, or perhaps maybe we reached a region that is mountainous. Yeah, I don't actually see any settlements whatsoever, and I'm not entirely sure if this entire planet is going to be this sort of biome. It could very well be. Oh, hang on. The hell is that? Oh, it's a ruin, right? I mean, that's definitely worthwhile, so we'll check on it. Learn some Viking words. The whispers of the Viking ancients fill the air. Suddenly, words etch themselves upon the marker and then deep into my mind. It came to pass that the great monolith awoke. It heard the challenge of Herc. 5 times Herc called upon it and was met by silence. On the 6th cry, it awoke. Let's seek help with language, because I think knowledge of the past would just bring us to a relic. And I think I'd prefer words and stuff at the moment, so that's good. Did I get all of the stones? I think I did, so I think that's good. So let's jump back down. Let's see if we can summon the Minotaur, and we go from there. Perfect. Alright, so let's get this thing installed. Oh, sorry guys, it was just the one hard frame engine that we needed. Okay. Well, we went a little bit overboard, but that's okay. I wonder if there's going to be another need for more, you know, hard frame components. So I might not sell it off so quickly, now that we know that we potentially need it. But what is that going to let us do? Is it going to let us maybe move a lot faster? Well, it seems like a mobility thing. The sentry is broadcasting a vocalization signal. Proceed to a planet surface to deploy the sentry. I mean, isn't the sentry already deployed though? So what is this letting us do? Okay. Alright. Well, we survived. So what does this do for us? Installation will significantly improve the Minotaur's engine and mobility systems. Minus 11% fuel usage. Plus 25% boost tank size. Oh, nice. Okay, so we can just simply boost a lot more often, or perhaps maybe for a little bit longer. So that is definitely useful. I mean, it is pretty badass. I should probably try to use the Minotaur for, like, combat purposes at some point. I don't know how quick it would be to, you know, take down enemies. It still moves pretty slowly, though, not gonna lie. Ah, okay. We're dealing with the sentry. I am thinking about names. Telemon, not Telemon. Places have names. People have names, even clothing. But I do not possess a name. Why? I don't really know. You can have a name if you want one. When I was a part of the hive, I did not require a designation, but where is my hive now? I know. I will give myself a name. I will call myself Laylaps. That is a good name, is it not? We've heard the word Laylaps before. Hello, Laylaps. Lights flash within Laylaps's carapace. They are delighted to hear their name. Your Minotaur friend needs a mind before it can flourish. I can help. I can help. I see the big walkers. I see where they walk. Obtain the brain of a walker. Bring it to your anomaly. Bring it to Tethys, not Telemon. Okay, cool. So, a walker. I think that's probably the last, like, type of sentry that we haven't exactly seen. If we get to, like, the highest wanted level. So, yeah, it's about high time that we do that. But I do not want you to die. Telemon, not Telemon. I can help. Plans, blueprints, upgrades, technology. My gift to you. Okay. We are doing so well. Paralysis mortar. Ooh, I've heard of this one in comments, actually, and a lot of people seem to really think that this is like the OP secondary weapon of choice. So we shall definitely craft this. So obviously it is for the multi-tool. We need to make sure that there's going to be space for the technology itself. Speaking of space for the technology, we do actually have a expansion module, so I should actually get that installed in preparation for this. Anyway, sorry, I was about to just grab another word here, and let's just have a look at the log and just see what it wants us to do next. Installation of a Sentinel hardframe body will allow the Minotaur exocraft to fight autonomously. Retrieve a pristine brain from an elite Sentinel walker. The sentry has detected the location of a walker, locates Sentinels with the analysis visor. Okay, so we can find one here, potentially. There's some Sentinels. I guess I just needed to fight some sentinels and, you know, work our way up to the walker. I think that's what it wants us to do, but I'm not going to rush into that. Where the hell is my, there. There's too much foliage here. Okay. You know, since we can, I'm just going to see if we can scan for another crash site. And I think we should go for some more crash sites, considering we've been so lucky getting the upgrade modules. And I'm not entirely sure about reaching our ship from our current location. Actually, did I end up collecting the platform that I placed down? Is that it? No. Damn it. Alright, I'll worry about it later, because, look, it's not, like, an immense amount of materials or anything like that. So we can work towards getting a few more materials to try and place down a Minotaur geobay. It's actually pretty far. Oh. A pirate ship. Oh, okay, it's probably the other side of the planet. That's fine. Not really that interested. This, though, I am very interested indeed. So, let me just have a look again. Yeah, I definitely forgot to pick it up, didn't I? So I'm gonna need to make some more metal plates, and that's fine. So we've got plenty of ferrite. So that should be enough. Okay. Cool. Let's do this. I want to try to be quick about it, if I can. Okay, next. There's also the black box itself, right? So I mustn't forget about that. Okay, did we get everything? We just need to review properly. Yeah, okay, one more thing. Just over here. Actually, that's probably on the outside, isn't it? Okay, how did we fare? Did we find anything good? No, okay, I guess we didn't get as lucky this time as we have been in the past. Polyfiber. We've seen that before. Nothing too special. Let's just break that. Okay, looking good. But I think it's time to move on from this planet. Let's jump in the ship. Oh, actually, there is the matter of the black box, though, so just interact with that. Log integrity compromise, patching. Let's read the log. Date stamp 1601. This will be my last year running this trade route. I have a child at home to look after now, or so I am told. My travels must come to an end. Date stamp 1642.1. I look around my crew and ponder their families. The Gek are spawned in vast numbers, knowing their parents' identity, but by necessity they are unable to form any meaningful bond. Theirs is a life of competition from the beginning. Perhaps this is what gives them their nature as traders. The Korvax have no children at all, apart from perhaps the artificial intelligences they create for various experiments. Only the family units of the Viking resemble our own, small units of parents and a number of sibling children raised as warriors. Our entire history is one of war and hatred. We are so similar to the Viking, and as I look at my child, I wonder. Never mind, I will know soon enough. And there is Bus. Bus? Not sure what that means exactly. So that's actually an interesting tidbit there, because, you know, we have sort of experienced a little bit of Viking sort of culture when it comes to families, with our own tech priest sort of talking about, you know, having a child and a spouse. But we didn't really know too much about the Korvax and the Geks, and the Geks? Sorry, the Korvax and the Gek. We have sort of interacted with our Korvax scientist, and, you know, it sort of talked about its children, and now it sort of makes sense that we've read that entry, that the Korvax don't really have, you know, biological children, so to speak. They make creations, programs, entities, so to speak, and that is considered their children. And perhaps maybe they evolve, because they're like AIs, maybe they evolve up to a certain point where they would want to, I guess, take a casing, a Korvax casing, and live their life as a Korvax. Maybe. And then there's the Gek. Just the language around the Gek with the spawning and all that sort of stuff. Perhaps maybe they're a little bit like reptiles. Ooh, hang on. Oh lord. What the... What did we just find? Grave of the Ocean King. What? I mean, guys. Perhaps this is, again, another thing that we we can't exactly interact with, but it is a, hey, look at this kind of thing. Holy, this thing is massive. Yeah, I mean... yeah, that's gonna have to do. There seems to be like some crystals and stuff. I was panicking for a second there because as soon as we jumped in, we were like right in front of its mouth. And I was like, is this thing even alive? No, it's not. Yeah, okay, we can't really fly through it, I don't think. Or can we? No. There's some kind of invisible wall there. Ocean King. This sort of makes me nervous about some of the deep oceans that we might be able to find there. Look, all things considered, it's not as big as I initially thought, but it is still rather large. If we encounter one of these things in the deep oceans, then we'd probably be in trouble. I mean, that's if it considers us to be, you know, dinner or something like that, but I don't know if that's going to be the case. Maybe it will. As they say, there's always a bigger fish. So it could want to consume us. Alright, so let's do a few bits and pieces here while we're on a station. I know we need to head to another planet in this system to continue with the quest line, but there's a few things I want to do. First things first is the multi-tool, so let's just get that organized. So expansion slot, let's do it. Yeah, I guess over there is fine. Have a look at this. B class. Would you like an effigy, sir? I'm sure you would. Alright, and then we've got a few bits and pieces for some corvettes, so we should actually drop these. What's this? I think that's maybe something that you just simply trade. And speaking of trading, we may as well do that now. I want to get this tech installed. I wonder if it would be a good idea to get rid of some of these things. Does this upgrade attach to the bolt caster, or can it be used for anything? I don't really know if it's really entirely worthwhile to have these things. And I'm considering maybe just rearranging stuff. I'll leave it there for the time being. It's not like it hurts So
Technology installed.
So what is this? Dihydrogen jelly, wiring looms, hermetic seals, easy. Wiring looms. Just quickly buy that. Luckily, we do have some wiring looms here, so... Oh, actually we need two. And we need two of those as well. All good. Perfect. Alright. It does need to be charged. But, don't we have an upgrade for it? No. Oh, and then there's the pulse splitter. Deuterium and wiring looms. Deuterium, we have plenty of. So when we go to the freighter, we should actually install that. Totally forgot about this. Alright, we'll come back to it. So let's just have a look at what we can sell. Hard frame engine. Sell that.
Units received.
Is a heat capacitor used for anything? Let me just have a look. It is actually used for trading, apparently. Crafting, apparently, so not just trading. Speaking of trading, there's the matter of trading the upgrades, so let's just get rid of some of those. Alright. Looking decent. Keep forgetting about processing stuff. I may as well go to the freighter at this stage and see if we can sort of tidy up a few things there. We should be able to install this multi-tool now. Sorry, not multi-tool, the pulse splitter, rather. Hang on. Why is it saying that it is already installed? I thought we needed some deuterium. Does it install in, like, automatically? I wouldn't think so.
Technology recharge.
Anyway, I guess I don't really need to worry about it anymore. Is there anything we can stash? The hard frame engines. Yeah, let's stash it. And as I was mentioning before, maybe I need to stash some of this stuff, because I keep thinking I'll hang on to stuff, thinking that I might actually need to use it soon, but the time never actually comes, so... Looking good. Tritium, we'll throw this to the freighter. And I think we're looking good. Alright. Walker location in the nearby system. Yeah, this is the system that we were in before. Or, hang on, it might actually be in another star system altogether. I thought it was pointing towards a specific planet, though. I think it was. Alright. Yeah, that one. Or perhaps maybe it's just pointing us in the right direction. So, this episode proved that we definitely won't be able to find indium in a green system, or at least we haven't gotten lucky enough for that to happen. But perhaps maybe it means we need to start working on a new drive to take us to the blue systems. So I think we'll start looking into that probably in the next episode, or I keep promising doing an underwater episode though, so I kind of want to do an underwater episode, to be honest. So I'll probably look into doing that. So I'll ease off on some of the other quest lines and do some exploration underwater. Right, what are we looking for? Oh, okay. There is something nearby, and this is just an approximate location. Some hostile creatures. Oh, that's our pulse splitter. Nice. Oh, okay. I guess this is a walker? Oh, okay. I thought it was like a destroyed walker. But no. It is very much active. We probably just need to fight it then. This creature might actually be a problem for us. Brain protection panel. Alright. Just trying to avoid, like, bloody creatures attacking us. You know, if they're wanting to mess around with us, give them no quarter. Alright, let's do this. Sir, give me your brain, please. Oh god. Leg armor. Do we want to use the paralysis mortar? I don't know what that does exactly. I guess it will paralyze enemies, according to the description. So, destroyed the leg armor. Bro. Please, stop. Oh my goodness, this thing is really fast. Why is it running around in circles? It doesn't seem to be attacking us, though. I don't know if this is just simply part of the mission, or... Okay. Running around in circles elsewhere. I wonder if this is supposed to just, like, introduce us to what walkers are exactly, and then the real deal may actually be a lot harder to deal with. Can I use, maybe the pulse splitter? It seems pretty slow, the pulse splitter. I wonder if it does more damage overall. Okay. Retrieve the pristine brain. Where is the pristine brain? Here. Pristine brain, shifting nanite clusters sewn together with a pugnium filament. This circuit is painfully hot to the touch. A sinister purple light leaks from deep within its wiring, changing in intensity as it watches its holder. Unlike most walker brains, this one has survived its violent extraction and is pristine and undamaged. It could potentially be installed in a new vessel. Nice. Okay. It seemed to be guarding this thing here. Is this anything? Ow. The imprint of an ancient civilization was once absorbed by this strange marker. The story of the Vikings somehow spills out in the language of my own people. The great monolith spoke to Herc of the travelers. Their coming should not be met with fire. Their coming was but one dream in an infinite universe. Their reach would be that of the endless. When Herc asked the Sentinels, the great monolith said nothing. Herc was troubled by its silence. Yeah, let's get more help with language. And I think that's it over here. Let's duck back into the starship for cover. And I think we have what we need, right? So there it is. I'll just tidy up a few bits and pieces here. Continue our processing, if possible.
Technology recharge.
Should give us a decent amount of runaway mold there, which should in turn give us a decent amount of nanites. So, having a look at the quest. Before the pristine brain can be safely installed in the Minotaur, it must be disconnected from the Sentinel network. Iteration Tethys may be able to provide such a service. In space, summon the anomaly from the quick menu. Okay, right, we need to bring it back to the anomaly and have a chat with Tethys and do what we need to do from there. I think this is probably, we're going to call it an episode, guys. It has been a pretty eventful one. Not only did we, fight our very first walker, it didn't really feel like a fight, to be honest, but we also found that, I guess, the remains of a Sea King out there in space. I have no idea what a Sea King is, but I am sort of terrified to meet one that's maybe still alive. I don't know if that will actually happen. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Drop a like down below. stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.